25 Worst Junkies in Black Music History. Did you know that behind some of the greatest voices in Black music history lies a hidden struggle with addiction? From the soaring highs of fame to the devastating lows of substance abuse, these legends lived lives more tragic than many could imagine. Today we're diving into the untold stories of 25 Black artists whose brilliance was shadowed by addiction. Stay with us as we uncover the struggles behind the spotlight, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join Black Excellence Legends, because knowing their stories is the first step to honoring their legacy. Ray Charles. Ray Charles was a force of nature, a musician who transformed struggle into sound that still resonates across generations. Long before he became a cultural icon, life pushed him into storms that would have broken most people. Losing his sight as a child didn't dim his ambition. Instead, it sharpened his hunger to understand the world through music. But behind the stage lights, Ray carried wounds that never fully healed, and those wounds led him down a path he wrestled with for years. Raised in poverty, surrounded by instability, he found early escape in the piano, yet the pain he tried to outrun eventually caught up with him. Heroin entered his life not as a thrill, but as a retreat, a way to silence the emotions he didn't know how to process. What started as a coping mechanism slowly became a relentless dependency that shadowed his rise to fame. Even as he recorded groundbreaking hits and redefined American music, the addiction tightened its hold, pushing him into moments of isolation, erratic decisions, and dangerous patterns he struggled to break. His arrest in 1965 was a turning point. For the first time, Ray confronted the truth he had sidestepped for more than a decade. Rehab wasn't easy, and withdrawal tested every part of him, but he refused to let the addiction determine the rest of his story. When he emerged clean, he returned to the stage with a clarity and discipline that stunned critics and fans alike. Ray Charles didn't just overcome heroin, he reclaimed his identity. His journey stands today as a testament to resilience, proof that even in the darkest chapters, transformation is possible. His legacy isn't defined by his addiction, but by the courage he showed when he chose to fight it. Etta James. Etta James lived with a fire inside her, brilliant, volatile, and impossible to ignore. Her voice carried a raw electricity that could shatter silence. Yet behind that powerful sound was a woman fighting battles the world rarely saw. Growing up in a fractured environment, shuffled between unstable caregivers, she learned early that trust was a luxury she couldn't afford. That loneliness carved deep emotional scars, and by her teenage years, she was already searching for anything that could quiet the chaos inside her. Her addiction didn't begin with fame, it began with pain. Heroin became the dangerous companion she clung to, offering a temporary numbness that felt like relief in a life that rarely gave her any. As her career rose, at last, all I could do was cry, tell mama. Her private struggle intensified. Tours were interrupted, relationships collapsed, and finances crumbled under the weight of her dependency. She cycled through institutions, treatment centers, and moments of heartbreaking relapse, each chapter reminding her how powerful the addiction had become. But Etta was never someone who surrendered quietly. In the late 1970s, after years of self-destruction, she fought her way into recovery with a determination that matched the force of her singing. Her comeback stunned the industry. She rebuilt her stage presence, regained her musical authority, and reclaimed the career many assumed she had lost forever. Even as she continued to wrestle with health issues later in life, she refused to let addiction be the final word on her story. Etta James remains a symbol of grit, an artist whose voice was shaped not just by talent, but by survival. Her journey reminds us that even the strongest performers can hide the deepest wounds, and that healing, though difficult, is never out of reach. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige stands as one of the most influential voices in modern R&B, a trailblazer whose artistry reshaped the emotional landscape of contemporary music. Emerging from the Bronx in the early 1990s, she introduced a raw, unfiltered blend of soul, hip-hop, and personal truth that set her apart from every performer of her generation. Her breakthrough album, What's the 411, announced a new era, one where vulnerability and power could share the same stage. Blige didn't simply sing melodies, she carved out an entire cultural pathway that connected street-level grit with transcendent self-expression. Throughout her career, she has refused to hide her battles. Her work chronicles heartbreak, healing, addiction, survival, and eventual spiritual renewal. Songs like No More Drama, Be Without You, and My Life became emotional anchors for millions who saw their own struggles reflected in her lyrics. Fans formed a lifelong bond with her because she offered more than entertainment. She provided honesty, resilience, and proof that transformation is possible even in the darkest chapters. Beyond music, Blige evolved into an acclaimed actress, earning Academy Award nominations for Mudbound and gaining critical praise for her powerful screen presence. Despite expanding her creative footprint, she never abandoned the authenticity that defined her early career. Every performance, whether on stage, in film, or during interviews, carries a recognizable depth rooted in lived experience. Mary J. Blige's impact reaches far beyond charts and awards. She opened doors for the fusion of hip-hop and soul, empowered countless women to reclaim their narratives, and became a symbol of triumph over internal battles. Her legacy continues to grow, reminding new artists that sincerity is not a weakness, but a superpower. Few performers have shaped music and culture with the same emotional force, and her voice remains a guiding light for generations seeking strength through sound. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was an icon whose voice defined an era, an artist whose songs captured hearts around the world with power, emotion, and unmatched technical brilliance. Emerging from a musical family in Newark, New Jersey, Whitney's early talent was unmistakable. She rose rapidly to international stardom in the 1980s with hits like I Will Always Love You, Greatest Love of All, and How Will I Know, breaking records and winning hearts with her remarkable vocal range and emotive delivery. Her ability to blend pop, R&B, and gospel created a signature sound that became universally admired, influencing countless singers across generations. Despite her fame, Whitney faced relentless pressures from the entertainment industry, media scrutiny, and personal challenges. Early success brought immense expectations, and the stress of constant public attention coincided with the struggles of her private life. She battled substance abuse, including stimulants, alcohol, and prescription drugs, which escalated over time and intertwined with personal difficulties in her marriage to Bobby Brown. These struggles gradually affected her health, performances, and public appearances, yet she continued to inspire through her artistry and charitable work. Her life was a powerful story of both triumph and tragedy. While her music uplifted millions and secured her legacy as one of the greatest vocalists of all time, her battle with addiction highlighted the human vulnerability behind the celebrity image. Whitney's passing in 2012 was a shocking reminder of the toll fame, personal struggles, and unaddressed trauma can take on even the most talented individuals. Her legacy, however, remains unbroken. Her music continues to resonate, her records still inspire, and her influence on vocal technique and pop culture endures. Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson, famously known as Uncle Charlie, is a legendary voice in funk and R&B, whose career has spanned decades and touched generations. As the lead singer of the Gap Band, Charlie's smooth yet powerful vocals turned hits like Outstanding, You Drop a Bomb on Me, and Early in the Morning into timeless classics. His ability to combine soulful melodies with infectious grooves made him a favorite on dance floors and radio waves alike, cementing his reputation as one of the most distinctive voices in Black music history. Beyond his technical skill, Charlie's charisma and energy brought warmth and authenticity to every performance, inspiring countless artists who followed. Yet behind the spotlight, Charlie faced significant struggles with substance abuse. Crack and stimulants gradually crept into his life, initially as a coping mechanism to manage the pressures of fame, endless touring, and personal challenges. The highs of performing and receiving adoration could not mask the difficulties offstage, and addiction began to erode his health, relationships, and sense of stability. At one point, he also battled prostate cancer, which compounded his hardships. Despite these trials, Charlie's resilience and support from individuals like his social worker Maheen played a crucial role in his recovery. With guidance, determination, and a renewed sense of purpose, he overcame the grip of addiction and rebuilt his life. Today, Charlie Wilson stands as a testament to redemption, growth, and the enduring power of music. His comeback performances and collaborations with modern artists such as Snoop Dogg, Kanye West, and Justin Timberlake showcase his versatility and continued relevance in the music world. Beyond the accolades, his story underscores the reality that even icons can struggle. Yet recovery, perseverance, and a commitment to one's craft can lead to a meaningful second chapter. Charlie's voice, vibrant and unmistakable, remains a symbol of joy, resilience, and the transformative capacity of soul-stirring music. Florence Ballard. Florence Ballard, a founding member of the Supremes, holds a special place in music history as a voice that blended grace, power, and emotion. Her contributions to the group in the 1960s helped define the Motown sound, producing timeless classics that still resonate with audiences worldwide. Florence's voice carried warmth, vulnerability, and raw honesty, making her performances memorable and emotionally charged. Beyond her technical abilities, she was the heart of the Supremes, bringing energy, style, and personality that shaped the group's image and success. Her presence on stage was magnetic, captivating audiences and creating a legacy that influenced generations of female artists in R&B and soul. However, Florence's life outside the spotlight was marked by personal struggles and addiction. After the fame of the Supremes began to fade, she faced immense challenges, including feelings of rejection and the difficulty of establishing a solo career. Coping with emotional pain and a sense of isolation, Florence turned to alcohol and prescription pills. These substances became a refuge, helping her escape the pressures of public life and the disappointment of stalled opportunities. Unfortunately, addiction compounded her hardships, impacting her health and her ability to perform consistently. Despite her immense talent, Florence often felt overlooked, which intensified her struggles and sense of despair. Yet Florence's story is not just one of tragedy. It reflects resilience and the harsh realities behind the glamorous facade of the music industry. Her life serves as a reminder of the human vulnerabilities even the brightest stars face. Florence Ballard's influence remains profound. Her recordings, style, and contributions to Motown endure, offering inspiration to those who face obstacles in their personal and professional lives. While addiction and misfortune cut her life short, the power and beauty of her voice continue to resonate, reminding the world of the remarkable talent she brought to the world and the enduring mark she left on music history. Prince Rogers Nelson, universally known as Prince, was a musical prodigy whose creativity reshaped pop, funk, and rock music. With his flamboyant style, intricate guitar work, and extraordinary vocal range, Prince mesmerized audiences and inspired countless artists. He was not only a performer, but a composer, producer, and multi-instrumentalist, crafting entire albums with meticulous attention to detail. Prince's artistry was bold, experimental, and uncompromising, often blending genres in ways no one had heard before. Hits like Purple Rain and When Doves Cry showcased his talent and charisma, leaving an indelible mark on music history. His stage presence radiated confidence and mystique, captivating fans worldwide. Despite needing surgery, His spiritual beliefs and personal convictions led him to rely heavily on prescription painkillers to continue performing. This dependence, kept largely private, masked a deep struggle with both pain and vulnerability. The substances he used, especially opioids, were potent and dangerous, creating a hidden battle that few witnessed. Even in his prime, Prince carried a private burden, navigating the intersection of genius, fame, and personal suffering. Prince's death in 2016 shocked the world, revealing the deadly consequences of his secret opioid use. Found in his home at just 57, his passing underscored how even the most gifted and resilient individuals can struggle in silence. Beyond his tragic end, Prince's legacy endures through his groundbreaking music, fearless artistry, and unwavering commitment to creative freedom. His story illustrates the complexity of talent, fame, and human vulnerability, reminding us that brilliance often comes with unseen struggles. Prince's influence remains profound, a testament to his genius and the emotional depth he brought to every note, performance, and lyric. Gucci Mane, Radric Delantic Davis, widely known as Gucci Mane, is a pivotal figure in modern hip-hop, credited with shaping the Atlanta trap scene and influencing a new generation of rappers. Emerging in the mid-2000s, Gucci's distinctive deep voice, rhythmic flow, and gritty lyrics quickly set him apart. Hits like Lemonade and Icy established him as a force in the music industry, earning both commercial success and critical recognition. Beyond his recordings, Gucci Mane's collaborations with artists like Migos, Drake, and Young Thug amplified his impact, solidifying his role as a mentor and tastemaker in the rap community. His career trajectory, marked by bold creativity and relentless drive, earned him the reputation of a pioneer who transformed Southern hip-hop. Despite his public persona of confidence and bravado, Gucci Mane struggled privately with substance abuse, particularly lean, a potent drink made from cough syrup and soda. Initial a coping mechanism for stress and the pressures of fame, lean gradually hijacked his life, affecting both his physical appearance and mental stability. Repeated arrests for fighting and gun possession highlighted the chaotic intersection of addiction and lifestyle. Incarceration in 2014 became a turning point. During this period, Gucci focused on self-improvement, dedicating time to exercise, reading, and writing music, demonstrating a capacity for transformation. This phase marked the beginning of a healthier lifestyle as he worked to regain control over his career, personal life, and creativity. Gucci Mane's journey underscores the duality of success and struggle in the music industry. While addiction threatened to derail his talent and potential, it also set the stage for resilience and reinvention. His story is a testament to perseverance, showing how confronting personal demons can lead to renewed purpose and artistic growth. Today, Gucci Mane's influence is undeniable, not only for his musical innovation, but also as a symbol of survival, reminding fans that even amidst chaos, redemption is possible through dedication and self-awareness. His legacy combines raw talent, street authenticity, and the hard-won lessons of overcoming addiction. DMX. Earl Simmons, better known by his stage name DMX, was a raw and electrifying force in hip-hop, whose music captured pain, struggle, and resilience in equal measure. Rising to prominence in the late 1990s, DMX's gruff voice, unfiltered lyrics, and relentless energy distinguished him from his peers. Albums like It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, exposed to crack and other substances as a teenager, he battled dependency for most of his life. The drugs were both a source of temporary escape and a destructive force, leading to repeated incarcerations, legal troubles, and turbulent personal relationships. Addiction shaped much of DMX's adult life, intensifying his emotional struggles and impacting his health. Despite these challenges, he continually sought to confront his demons through therapy, spirituality, and creative expression. His music became a channel for his pain, each album a testament to his fight for survival and meaning. DMX's legacy is defined by the tension between brilliance and vulnerability. Even in moments of despair, he maintained authenticity and a unique voice that resonated across generations. His struggles with addiction did not erase his contributions to music. Rather, they added depth to the narrative he shared with fans. DMX's story underscores the harsh realities of addiction in the entertainment industry, while highlighting the resilience of a man who refused to hide his struggles. In both life and art, DMX embodied a relentless pursuit of self-expression, survival, and the raw truth of human experience. His influence endures as a cautionary yet inspiring example of talent. Margie Hendricks. Margie Hendricks was a powerhouse vocalist whose raw, emotive energy helped shape the sound of R&B and soul during the 1950s and early 1960s. As a member of Ray Charles's backing group, the Raylettes, Margie's commanding voice added fire to every performance, blending seamlessly with Charles's melodies, while simultaneously standing out as a force of nature on stage. Her stage presence was magnetic, drawing audiences into the intensity of her delivery and the depth of her emotion. Together with Ray Charles, Margie forged a musical partnership that was both professionally dynamic and personally tumultuous, producing hits that showcased the fusion of gospel, blues, and rhythm and blues. Her contributions to songs like "Nighttime Is the Right Time" exemplify her powerful technique, vocal control, and the emotional punch that made her one of the era's unforgettable voices. Behind the spotlight, Margie's life was marked by struggles with addiction. She developed a dependence on opioids, which began subtly but grew into a persistent problem that increasingly interfered with her career. The pressures of touring, personal conflicts, and the intensity of her relationship with Ray Charles amplified her reliance on substances. Margie began missing performances and disappearing during tours, eroding her professional reputation despite her undeniable talent. Her addiction contributed to the decline of her career and strained her personal relationships, leaving her increasingly isolated. Margie's story ended tragically in 1973 at just 38 years old. Though the exact circumstances of her death remain unclear, many believe opioids played a central role. Her life is a cautionary tale of a brilliant talent overshadowed by personal demons, illustrating how addiction can derail even the most gifted artists. Yet Margie Hendrix's legacy endures through the intensity, emotion, and vibrancy she brought to her music. Her voice remains a testament to the power of soul, reminding future generations of the beauty, pain, and complexity of true artistic expression. She may have been lost to addiction, but her impact on music remains indelible. Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown, born Inga Marchand, emerged in the mid-1990s as one of hip-hop's boldest female voices, blending raw lyricism with a confident, unapologetic persona. Her commanding presence on tracks and stage performances quickly earned her recognition alongside some of the era's biggest names, establishing her as a symbol of strength and independence in a male-dominated industry. With her sharp, assertive lyrics and a commanding flow, Foxy not only entertained audiences, but also inspired young women to embrace self-expression and defiance against societal expectations. Albums like Il Na Na and collaborations with artists such as Jay-Z showcased her ability to dominate both in storytelling and style, cementing her as a prominent figure in East Coast hip-hop. Foxy's contribution to the genre was not just about music. It was about attitude, representation, and authenticity in a space often dominated by male voices. Behind the fame, however, Foxy battled personal demons that threatened her career and well-being. She struggled with chronic pain, which led her to use opioids such as morphine. Initially, the substances provided relief, but over time, dependency took hold, impacting her energy, creativity, and focus. her performances became inconsistent, and fans noticed a decline in her stage presence and engagement. The addiction caused delays in releases, limited appearances, and health issues, including a sudden loss of hearing that further complicated her career. Despite these challenges, Foxy confronted her struggles by seeking help through rehabilitation, demonstrating resilience in the face of adversity. Though she never fully returned to the commercial peak of her early career, her journey reflects the courage it takes to face one's vulnerabilities publicly. Foxy Brown's story is a testament to the complexity behind the celebrity image, brilliance intertwined with struggle. Her legacy endures through her music, influence on female rappers, and the way she navigated personal battles while maintaining authenticity. She remains a powerful reminder that talent, determination, and survival can coexist, even when life's pressures threaten to derail success. Foxy's resilience, honesty, and unapologetic artistry ensure that her voice continues to resonate in hip-hop culture. Sonny Clark. Sonny Clark, born Conrad Yadis Clark, was a jazz pianist whose talent shone brightly in the 1950s, leaving an indelible mark on hard bop and modern jazz. Known for his fluid touch, crisp phrasing, and sophisticated improvisation, Sonny's playing carried a lyrical elegance that could be both energetic and introspective. Collaborating with jazz legends such as John Coltrane, Dexter Gordon, and Art Farmer, he became a sought-after sideman while also producing a significant body of solo work. Albums like Cool Struttin' remain celebrated examples of his technical brilliance and creative vision. Clark's music conveyed emotional depth, balancing swing, blues, and intricate harmonics, earning him recognition among peers and aficionados alike. His contribution to jazz lies not only in his performances, but in the subtle mastery of timing, chord voicings, and melodic storytelling that inspired a generation of pianists. Despite his prodigious abilities, Sonny Clark struggled with substance abuse that shadowed much of his career. Like many jazz musicians of his era, he fell into the trap of opioids, which affected his health, punctuality, and reliability for sessions and performances. While he remained dedicated to his craft, these struggles made him erratic, sometimes missing gigs or recording sessions, leaving fans and collaborators concerned. His reliance on opioids was a coping mechanism for the pressures of constant touring, creative demands, and the intense personal and professional expectations placed upon him. Tragically, these challenges culminated in his untimely death in 1963 at just 31 years old. Sonny Clark's legacy is bittersweet. His music continues to resonate for its lyrical sophistication and emotional resonance, reminding listeners of the brilliance he brought to the jazz piano. His story reflects the often overlooked struggles behind artistic genius, showing that even extraordinary talent can be vulnerable to human frailty. Through his recordings, Clark's artistry endures, inspiring jazz musicians and enthusiasts who continue to celebrate his contributions while acknowledging the personal battles he faced. His life and music stand as a testament to brilliance interwoven with the challenges of addiction and the demanding life of a mid-20th century jazz musician. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix, born Johnny Allen Hendrix, later legally changed to James Marshall Hendrix, is widely regarded as one of the most revolutionary guitarists in the history of rock music. Emerging from Seattle in the 1960s, Hendrix redefined the electric guitar with his unparalleled technique, innovative use of feedback, wah-wah pedals, and distortion, creating a sound that was both experimental and deeply expressive. Albums like Are You Experienced, Axis, Bold as Love, and Electric Ladyland showcased his virtuosity, blending blues, rock, psychedelic, and soul into a style uniquely his own. Hendrix's stage presence was electrifying, combining flamboyant showmanship, creative improvisation, and raw emotion. He could captivate audiences with every note. His music not only influenced countless guitarists, but also shaped the evolution of rock as a genre, inspiring generations of musicians worldwide. Behind the brilliance, Hendrix struggled with substance abuse, which intensified as his fame grew. He experimented with hallucinogens, stimulants, cannabis, and occasionally alcohol, often mixing substances to enhance creativity or cope with the pressures of touring, recording, and personal life. The relentless pace of international performances, coupled with constant expectations for innovation, led him to rely increasingly on these drugs. While his music soared, his personal life became more unstable, marked by tension with bandmates, irregular sleep patterns, and periods of isolation. On September 18, 1970, Hendrix died tragically at the age of 27, choking on his own vomit after ingesting barbiturates. His untimely death shocked the world, cutting short a career that was already iconic and full of transformative potential. Jimi Hendrix's legacy is enduring, both for his pioneering musicianship and the cautionary tale of his struggles. His recordings continue to mesmerize, showing the boundary-pushing artistry and profound emotional depth that defined his brief but legendary career. Hendrix exemplifies the duality of genius, extraordinary creative heights shadowed by personal vulnerabilities. His influence remains unmatched, a testament to a visionary whose innovations transformed modern music forever. Rick James. Rick James, born James Ambrose Johnson Jr., was a trailblazer in funk music, whose flamboyant style, infectious grooves, and magnetic persona made him a cultural icon in the late 1970s and 1980s. With hits like Super Freak, Give It To Me Baby, and Mary Jane, James crafted a sound that fused funk, soul, and rock into irresistible, danceable anthems. His stage presence was larger than life, often featuring glittering outfits, high-energy performances, and a bold, unapologetic charisma that drew fans into his electric world. Beyond his music, James's influence extended to fashion, pop culture, and the next generation of artists who would sample and celebrate his work for decades. He was fearless, breaking musical boundaries while crafting a signature sound instantly recognizable and timeless. However, behind the glitter and fame, Rick James struggled with severe substance abuse. His life became dominated by crack cocaine and stimulants, which he often used to maintain energy for grueling tours and high-octane performances. The addiction intensified the darker sides of his personality, leading to legal troubles, reckless behavior, and strained relationships with friends and family. His partying, fueled by drugs, spiraled out of control, culminating in the early 1990s when he was incarcerated for assaulting 2 women while under the influence of crack. These years of chaos overshadowed his immense talent and left a trail of personal pain, demonstrating how unchecked addiction can erode even the brightest star. Despite his struggles, James attempted comebacks in music and media, seeking to reclaim a sense of artistic purpose and personal control. He openly reflected on his excesses, sometimes humorously, sometimes poignantly, reminding fans of the human vulnerabilities behind his persona. Rick James's story is both a celebration of funk's flamboyant power and a cautionary tale of how fame and addiction can intersect destructively. Even with a turbulent life, his music continues to resonate, showcasing the genius and creativity that made him unforgettable. Boosie BadAzz. Boosie BadAzz, born Torrance Hatch Jr., emerged from Baton Rouge as one of hip-hop's most authentic voices, blending raw energy, vivid storytelling, and street-level honesty. His lyrics often reflect the harsh realities of his upbringing, poverty, violence, and systemic challenges, but also resilience, survival, and self-expression. With a distinctive voice and relentless work ethic, Boosie has built a devoted following, and albums like BadAzz and Incarcerated showcase both his lyrical skill and the emotional depth he brings to the genre. He is unapologetically himself, representing the struggles and triumphs of life in Louisiana with unfiltered realism, and connecting with listeners who recognize the pain and perseverance in his music. Yet behind his public persona, Boosie faced serious battles with substance abuse. Lean, a drink made from cough syrup mixed with soda, became a constant in his life, initially used to cope with mental stress and physical exhaustion. Over time, addiction began to take its toll. His health deteriorated, his speech became slurred, and he suffered seizures that threatened his life. Jail time interrupted his career, but addiction followed him even behind bars, highlighting the pervasive grip substances held on him. Despite these hardships, Boosie continually demonstrated resilience, striving to regain control of his life and career after each setback. He returned to music, releasing albums that combine his signature grit with reflections on survival and hope, showing fans a side of him shaped by struggle, yet still striving toward growth. Boosie BadAzz's story is emblematic of the complex relationship between talent, fame, and addiction in hip-hop. His journey reflects the reality that success does not shield one from personal demons, yet persistence and self-awareness can offer a path forward. Even as he confronts the consequences of his past, Boosie continues to use his music as a vehicle for expression, warning, and inspiration, leaving an indelible mark on rap culture while embodying both vulnerability and strength. Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker, also known as Bird, was a pioneering force in jazz, redefining the genre with his revolutionary bebop style. Born in Kansas City, Missouri, Parker exhibited extraordinary musical talent from an early age, mastering the alto saxophone with astonishing speed and fluidity. His improvisations were intricate, daring, and unmatched, inspiring countless musicians and forever changing the landscape of modern jazz. Parker's innovative approach blended complex harmonies, rapid tempos, and emotive phrasing, creating music that was both intellectually stimulating and deeply soulful. Performances by Parker were electrifying, his saxophone soaring with expressive power, captivating audiences who were entranced by his genius. Despite his musical brilliance, Parker struggled intensely with substance abuse. He began experimenting with opioids as a teenager, seeking relief from personal insecurities, the pressures of performing, and the hardships of his environment. Addiction soon consumed him, leading to missed gigs, erratic behavior, and financial instability. Parker's life was a constant battle between his creative genius and the destructive pull of heroin and alcohol, resulting in hospitalizations, arrests, and profound personal turmoil. His reliance on substances often alienated him from friends and collaborators, yet it coexisted paradoxically with his musical output, as some of his greatest recordings were produced during periods of struggle. Parker died at only 34, his body ravaged by years of substance abuse, malnutrition, and relentless performance schedules. Even so, his musical legacy remains untouchable. Charlie Parker's story is a stark reminder of the complex relationship between artistry and addiction, a genius whose creativity was inseparable from personal demons. His life underscores both the transformative power of music and the tragic cost of untreated addiction, offering a cautionary yet inspiring tale for musicians and fans alike. Parker's contributions endure, his recordings echoing through time, inspiring awe, admiration, and a profound understanding of both brilliance and human vulnerability. DeBarge. DeBarge, the smooth-voiced frontman of the family group DeBarge, became a symbol of 1980s R&B with his falsetto and heartfelt performances. Born into a musically gifted family, he contributed significantly to hits like Rhythm of the Night and All This Love, blending soulful melodies with infectious grooves that defined a generation. L's voice was tender yet powerful, capable of conveying emotion that resonated deeply with fans. His talent extended beyond singing. He was an accomplished songwriter and musician, helping craft the signature sound that made DeBarge one of Motown's standout acts. Audiences admired not just his talent, but also his charisma and stage presence, which made him a beloved figure in contemporary R&B. However, behind the harmonies and polished image, DeBarge struggled profoundly with substance abuse. Growing up in a family where some members battled addiction, he was exposed to drugs and alcohol early. His path into substance use escalated as he faced the pressures of fame, demanding tours, and the challenges of personal life. Crack cocaine and stimulants became his escape, impacting his reliability, relationships, and professional opportunities. At times, addiction caused him to miss performances and withdraw from the music industry entirely. Yet despite these setbacks, L's creativity endured, allowing him to return to music with solo projects like Second Chance, which symbolized his attempt to reclaim both his career and personal life. DeBarge's story is a testament to resilience amid adversity. Though addictions shadowed his life for years, his determination to recover illustrates the potential for reinvention and redemption. His journey highlights the complexities many artists face in balancing fame, family, and personal struggles. Today, his influence remains evident in modern R&B and soul music, inspiring new generations of singers. DeBarge's legacy is not only the unforgettable melodies he left behind, but also the courage he demonstrated in confronting his challenges and reclaiming his voice, both literally and figuratively. Marvin Gaye, famously known as the Prince of Soul, is celebrated for his velvety voice, unforgettable melodies, and socially conscious lyrics that spoke directly to the heart. From the tender strains of Sexual Healing to the politically charged anthem, What's Going On, Marvin's music was a reflection of both love and the struggles of life. Born into a strict and often harsh household, he experienced deep emotional turmoil from an early age. His father's rigid discipline, combined with a highly religious upbringing, created an atmosphere of fear and anxiety that haunted Marvin throughout his life. Despite these hardships, he channeled his emotions into music, crafting songs that were simultaneously intimate and universal. His artistry not only defined Motown in the 1960s and 70s, but also left a lasting influence on generations of singers and songwriters. Yet behind the soulful melodies and public acclaim, Marvin faced a private battle with substance abuse. He turned to drugs and alcohol as a means to cope with intense personal pressures, the complexities of fame, and inner emotional pain. This struggle escalated over the years, particularly during periods of professional and personal stress, affecting his health, performance, and relationships. In seeking solace, Marvin often retreated into substances, which, coupled with long-standing family tensions, contributed to the turbulence in his life. Tragically, his story culminated in his death at the hands of his father, a devastating event that underscored the persistent shadow of unresolved personal trauma. Marvin Gaye's life illustrates the duality of extraordinary talent and deep vulnerability. While he achieved global fame and created music that continues to inspire and move people, his experiences highlight the pressures and pitfalls that can accompany artistic genius. His legacy is both a testament to musical brilliance and a cautionary tale about the destructive potential of unresolved pain. Marvin's voice lives on, immortalized through timeless classics, reflecting the beauty, fragility, and complexity of the human experience. Sam Moore, best known as one half of the legendary soul duo Sam and Dave, remains an enduring figure in the history of R&B music. With hits like Soul Man and Hold On, I'm Comin', his voice carried raw emotion, energy, and a unique grit that could electrify audiences and define an era. Born with a natural gift for singing, Sam's talent allowed him to rise quickly in the music world, delivering performances that combined vocal prowess with intense stage charisma. Together with Dave Prater, he helped shape the sound of Stax Records and contributed significantly to the soul genre, influencing countless artists in the decades that followed. Despite his professional success, Sam Moore faced personal struggles behind the curtain. Early in his career, he turned to substances like opioids and stimulants to cope with the pressures of performing, constant touring, and the demands of fame. These habits gradually interfered with his work, causing missed shows and tension within the duo. By the early 1970s, the stress and substance use contributed to the breakup of Sam and Dave, a turning point that left Sam to confront both his personal demons and his professional future alone. Recovery, however, became a pivotal chapter in Sam's story. With the unwavering support of his wife, Joyce, he committed to rehabilitation and embraced a path toward healing. Through patience, therapy, and determination, Sam regained his health, his voice, and his confidence, ultimately returning to performing and reconnecting with fans. His journey illustrates that even icons of soul music are not immune to the challenges of addiction, but resilience and support can foster meaningful recovery. Sam Moore's life exemplifies the duality of artistic brilliance and human vulnerability, serving as both inspiration and cautionary tale. His music continues to resonate, reflecting the depth of emotion that made him one of soul's most unforgettable voices. Old Dirty Bastard. Old Dirty Bastard, born Russell Tyrone Jones, was one of the most eccentric and memorable figures in hip-hop history. As a founding member of the Wu-Tang Clan, ODB brought a wild, unpredictable energy to the group, delivering verses with a raw, unfiltered style that could shock and captivate listeners alike. His creativity was limitless, and his unique voice became a hallmark of the Clan's sound, setting him apart from his contemporaries. From the moment he stepped onto the stage or dropped a verse, fans knew they were in the presence of someone truly original, someone who lived outside conventional rules and expectations. Yet behind the charisma and talent was a man deeply troubled. From a young age, ODB struggled with substance abuse, often turning to crack cocaine and prescription pills. These habits escalated as his fame grew, impacting his ability to function consistently in both his personal and professional life. He became infamous for erratic behavior, ranging from public stunts to legal troubles, and his repeated incarcerations reflected the destructive cycle he could not easily escape. Despite the chaos, ODB's music remained influential, highlighting his talent even when his life seemed unmanageable. Tragically, his addiction ultimately contributed to his untimely death at just 35. In a New York recording studio, ODB suffered a fatal mix of stimulants and painkillers, leaving the hip-hop world in shock. His story is a stark reminder of the fine line between genius and self-destruction, showing how immense talent can coexist with vulnerability and hardship. Old Dirty Bastard's legacy is one of contrasts. He was brilliant, wild, and flawed, an artist whose voice and spirit continue to resonate. His music remains a testament to his originality and the raw human struggles behind the fame, offering both inspiration and caution to generations that followed. Junior Parker. Junior Parker, born Herman Parker Jr., was a blues and soul singer whose smooth, velvety voice left a lasting impression on music lovers. Emerging from the American South, Parker built his career during the 1950s and 1960s, performing alongside legends such as B.B. King. His music was marked by emotional subtlety, with songs like Driving Wheel and Next Time You See Me demonstrating a unique ability to convey deep feeling without ever raising his voice. Audiences were drawn to his calm, expressive delivery, which contrasted with the more bombastic styles of other blues performers of the era. Despite his talent and growing popularity, Parker's life offstage was far from easy. The demands of performing, traveling, and maintaining his career created stress and physical strain. To cope, Parker sometimes turned to pills, not as a form of recreation, but to alleviate pain and exhaustion. The pressures of constant touring and the instability of the music business left him vulnerable to reliance on substances, which gradually began to affect his health and performance. Unlike some contemporaries, Parker maintained professionalism in public, rarely allowing his struggles to disrupt shows or studio sessions, but the private toll was significant. By the late 1960s, Parker's visibility in the music world had diminished, though his contributions to blues and soul remained influential. His innovative phrasing, smooth vocal tone, and heartfelt interpretations influenced many artists who followed. In 1971, at the age of 39, Junior Parker passed away, officially from a brain tumor, though years of physical strain and the effects of substance use had already weakened his body. His death went largely unnoticed by the mainstream press, yet his musical legacy endured. Junior Parker's story illustrates the quiet struggle behind a brilliant talent. While he may not have achieved the same fame as some of his peers, his voice and artistry continue to resonate. His work remains a testament to the enduring power of blues and soul, reminding listeners that brilliance often comes alongside personal hardship and perseverance. Sly Stone. Sly Stone, born Sylvester Stewart, was a groundbreaking musician whose work with Sly and the Family Stone transformed the sound of funk, soul, and rock. With hits like Everyday People and Dance to the Music, Stone broke barriers, blending diverse genres and addressing social issues through music. His energy on stage was magnetic, and his ability to fuse infectious grooves with powerful messages made him an icon of the late 1960s and early 1970s. Audiences were captivated not only by his innovative sound, but also by his ability to create an atmosphere of joy, unity, and liberation during performances. Behind the vibrant music and charismatic persona, however, Sly Stone faced serious personal challenges. As fame grew, so did the pressures of maintaining his band and navigating the expectations of the music industry. By the mid-1970s, he increasingly turned to substances, including stimulants and hallucinogens, as a way to cope with the stress and demands of his career. These habits began to affect both his health and professional life, causing canceled concerts, tensions with band members, and erratic behavior. His creative brilliance remained, but the consistency and reliability necessary for sustaining a successful career became difficult to maintain. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Sly largely retreated from public view. Stories emerged of him living in isolation, sometimes in vans, disconnected from friends and fans alike. His disappearance from the limelight was a stark contrast to the influence and visibility he had once enjoyed. Yet, even in his absence, his musical legacy continued to inspire generations of artists, serving as a reminder of both his talent and the toll that unchecked addiction can take. Bushwick Bill. Bushwick Bill, born Richard Stephen Shaw, was a member of the pioneering rap group Ghetto Boys, a collective that helped define Southern hip-hop with its raw, unapologetic storytelling. Despite his small stature, Bill's presence on stage was enormous, and his lyrical intensity matched his outsized personality. Through music, he addressed issues like poverty, violence, and mental health, giving voice to the struggles of urban life in Houston and beyond. His performances were fierce, filled with energy, and left audiences both exhilarated and contemplative. Yet behind the bravado and creative genius, Bill battled profound personal demons. During the late 1980s, he began experimenting with hallucinogens and stimulants, attempting to cope with the pressures of fame and the trauma of his upbringing. In a tragic moment fueled by substance abuse, he shot himself in the eye during an argument, an event that would forever mark both his life and his image. Despite surviving the incident, he lost his eye and endured long-lasting physical and emotional scars. This incident became an infamous part of his legacy, even appearing on one of the group's album covers, symbolizing the perilous intersection of fame, addiction, and personal turmoil. Bill's addiction persisted over the years, leading to numerous hospitalizations and ongoing struggles with health and mental stability. Substance abuse affected his creativity, personal relationships, and career consistency, even as he remained a respected figure in hip-hop. Despite these challenges, he continued to create music, often using his experiences to craft songs that conveyed both pain and resilience. offering fans insight into the reality behind the persona. Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday, born Eleanor Fagan, remains one of the most iconic voices in jazz history, celebrated for her haunting, emotive tone and the deep storytelling within every note. Her music carried the weight of her personal struggles, creating a blend of beauty and pain that touched millions. Growing up in poverty, facing racial discrimination, and enduring abuse shaped Holiday's turbulent life from an early age. These hardships left lasting scars, which she often expressed through her music, conveying emotions that were raw, honest, and unforgettable. Despite her extraordinary talent, Holiday's life was deeply affected by addiction. She began using substances as a means of escape, initially introduced to opioids in her late teens. Her dependence intensified as her fame grew, complicating both her personal and professional life. Legal troubles soon followed, with arrests and restrictions on her ability to perform in clubs due to her cabaret license being revoked. This loss not only limited her career, but also deepened her isolation, forcing her to navigate a world of music and fame while battling relentless internal demons. Throughout the 1940s and 1950s, Holiday continued performing, but her health steadily declined under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Her voice, once vibrant and commanding, began to show the toll of years of substance use, yet it retained an unparalleled emotional depth. Even as she struggled with physical weakness and legal pressures, her artistry never faltered. Every performance remained a testament to her resilience and unique interpretive power. Billie Holiday's final years were tragic as addiction and illness converged, leaving her with little stability or support. She died in 1959, her life a somber reminder of how genius and vulnerability often coexist, particularly in the pressures of fame. Her legacy, however, endures through timeless recordings, influencing countless artists and reminding the world of the profound human experiences embedded in her music. Billie Holiday's voice remains one of the most unforgettable in jazz history, a blend of raw emotion, pain, and beauty that touched the hearts of millions. Yet behind the music was a life marked by poverty, abuse, and addiction, showing that even the brightest stars can struggle in silence. Her opioid dependence and legal troubles could not dim her artistry, but they shaped a story of resilience and tragedy. Was the world ever truly ready to support a genius like her, or did fame push her further into despair? What lessons do we take from Holiday's legacy today?